All right, what's up, y'all? So, I wanna imply something here that a lot of people don't seem to quite understand. I don't really don't want to be too long on this one, as I know nowadays many people's attention spans are about as long as a toothpick. If there isn't any real entertainment involved, then it's immediately on to the next one. People can't get by nowadays, because they're all stuck up in, with their egos and they need entertainment and all this other useless crap. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, you must know and understand that there is definitely a war on for knowledge. There are many people out there that are intentionally misleading you. And though, yes, I also use it as well, YouTube is a cesspool of them. You have to be very careful about what information you take and from who on YouTube. See, but this is why we use YouTube for this very reason. Okay? Because everyone is on it. So it's an easy way for us to be able to get our points across, to get our information across. We already know that not everybody's going to pick up that information, nor care if it's even there. But the fact of the matter is, it makes the method a lot easier. Okay? And this even goes for ones in your own communities. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to people like the Black consciousness community, man, it's a damn joke. It's a joke. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the information they put out is good, but the problem is they keep putting out the same information over and over and over and over. Have you ever followed one particular person that you considered a master teacher and, every new video you watch, you're expecting something new. You're expecting them to bring you something new every time. But every time you watch it, you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over. And I know this is how it is because even when at the time when I was looking for information everywhere, I was YouTube binging on watching videos for information. I hear one video and, the information that comes out of there, it sounds good. It sounds real good. And then the next minute, you jump to the next video and you're hearing the same shit. Like, come on, man. I mean, that's that same info being pushed over and over and over. And you got to wonder to yourself, these people, when you listen to them, they sound like they're intelligent, They sound like they can give you some really good information. But every time you want to hear something new, you keep hearing the same redundant thing over and over and over. It's like it's this never-ending circle of just limited information. That's the best way I can put it. It's not that the information is bad, it's just limited in its viewpoint. But, so it makes it hard for you to just be able to rely on everything that is given to you, everything that is said to you, everything that is brought forth to you, to your attention and whatnot. It's basically, you got to take everything with a grain of salt nowadays, because like I said, nowadays it's hard to find some realness. You have to, you gotta go to dig to the depths of the very planet itself just to find some realness, it seems. Because I know for myself, I look for realness. I don't look for anything else. My scope of view is all about real shit. I ain't all about no, redundant circle information of just this limited crap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how are you supposed to ever move forward if you keep hearing the same thing over and over? It's just like a damn circle. That's the difference here. A circle and a straight line. A straight line keeps going. A circle, you're back at the same point all over again, every time. And it happens so much in these communities, because it's just, it's so hard for people to understand that the information you're getting is just the redundant knowledge. And, you have to wonder when it gets to the point where they're like, okay, that's about enough of that. All right. So, I don't like seeing people being lied to in terms of knowledge, because even some of our best master teachers, or ones you call master teachers, are all leaving something out. So this is not to say that all of them that aren't giving you anything. No, absolutely not. A lot of the information they give you are jewels. It's very good information. It's very needed information. However, it's not quite enough. All right. And again, there are some out there, you don't know they're out there, but they are out there that are actually trying to give you, some realness. So again, this is not to say that all of them aren't giving you anything. Okay? Absolutely not. But see, it's mostly just one piece to a larger puzzle that they give you. Though, yes, a lot of the time, what they give you is good stuff. Okay? And I've said this before, but this is really what it is. Because let's think about it here. How is it you have the same people that are all into these different congregations, all into these different belief systems, but not only that, each one of these systems claim that their system is the right system. And in doing so, it causes this religious war, amongst all these groups. It causes all this division. See, and that is one of the biggest problems that we have, is this damn division that goes on. Christianity itself has so many different congregations, but yet they all still believe in the same idea. And yes, it is all the same idea. There is no difference. It makes no difference. You still calling on Jesus, It's see, and that's what's ironic about most religions. Most people clearly don't see nowadays is that all the main religions in the world actually follow a identical belief, but under a different language or a different name or a different style. So if this is really the case here, in which it is, how can we simply say which one is truly the right one if their beliefs are all identical? That makes no sense. That should actually be common sense. But the problem why no one is able to see that is simply because of a lack of knowledge. As I've mentioned before, as well in the past, is that if you are lacking in knowledge, then you are more susceptible. You are more prone to being misled. Somebody that does have the secrets, okay, can just walk up to you and tell you anything. You know, that stuff may sound good to you, but at the same time, they know which information to hold back and which information to give you in order to keep you going in that same redundant circle of lack. And if you are missing a piece of that puzzle, how are you supposed to get the big picture? You understand what I'm saying? You can't do it. Anybody that's putting a puzzle together knows that you need certain pieces that go in a certain place in order to make this, to make this picture come out. So what do? You know, and I'm sure many people got this same kind of question here. You know, and that's, what exactly do I have to do in order to gain knowledge, in order to move forward with new knowledge? Well, first of all, before you try to figure that question out, you must possess an open mind. It has to happen. And what do I mean by possessing an open mind? I mean taking knowledge from all directions. Okay? Because if each sector of knowledge each hold a missing piece to that larger puzzle, then when you go into each of these sectors and gain that knowledge while using the natural idea called discernment, because you must come to a conclusion, okay, then it allows you to be able to put two and two together and to be able to come to a conclusion. Like I said, it truly is like putting together a puzzle. You have to gather all the pieces together and then figure out what pieces go where. And you have to search and search and search and try pieces here and there and you keep repeating this process until you can come to that conclusion and be able to say, okay, this is the right piece that goes here. It's the same way with knowledge, okay? It's the same way with knowledge. And see, once you actually have that answer, and once you actually have that missing piece, you already know what that missing piece, that means that everything else should be completely irrelevant. Because you've already tried that piece, and you already know that piece does not go there. Okay? Because again, what you don't realize is that on the way that you have, by doing this, on the way, you've actually picked up knowledge along that path, along that searching journey and looking through and looking around and sorting through and going through all that process. All right. And in doing that light, that knowledge will begin to shine brighter and brighter. See, and that's the sort of thing that leads to true consciousness. True consciousness will begin to truly arise because in doing so, you have to become an immovable rock. Okay? Meaning you are not shaken nor stirred by wrong information coming from any direction because you already know that piece does not fit there. You've already tried it. Okay? Because you now know. See? Knowing is the key to gaining wisdom and understanding or overstanding, whichever you prefer. That's why the word know is the prefix in the word knowledge. Without knowing or without having that knowledge, you are blind. And that ledge in knowledge, that suffix in knowledge, you already know what a ledge is. It's a cliff. It's the end of the line. It's the conclusion. Okay? And if you are blind and if you're walking blind towards that edge, then you're pretty much almost 100% guaranteed to walk off of that ledge. Meaning you were blind, you missed it, you walked right past it. See, because you couldn't see where the end of the tunnel was. You didn't know that the edge of the cliff was right there, which is the conclusion. Okay? It's like walking around in the dark. It's common sense. If you're walking around in the dark, not knowing where the hell you're going, you can't see where you're going, then what do? You turn on a light. But anyways, another thing to be careful of along the way is distractions. Distractions is probably one of our. It's probably one of the hardest, and it's probably one of the biggest problems. Let me put it that way. It's one of the biggest problems that we have, because a lot of times with distractions, other things, all other redundant things that actually feed the ego actually come with it, like entertainment or like these ridiculous debates where you keep going in, seeing the same two people going up against each other and realize that, oh, damn, it's been 2 years and for some reason they still arguing at each other, but they keep talking about the same topic. Damn, I wonder whenever they're going to come to a freaking conclusion. I mean, how the hell is it you have two people going at each other time after time after time after time? Okay, again, it's been 2-3 years and these bastards still ain't been able to come to some kind of damn conclusion yet. See, that's a distraction. Those people don't care about trying to give you information. They're trying to keep you going in that circle. But see, that's one of the things about, when you actually become conscious, you actually are able to spot these distractions right off the bat. You can see it. You can tell. Yeah? And being able to identify them as such. You know what I'm saying? Because thing is, you keep wasting your money going and seeing these, these same debates. You're wasting your money on this. And you realize by the end of it that you haven't really and truly learned a damn thing. Then 9 times out of 10, it is mostly a distraction. Because it's not hard for someone that has information to just give it to you. Okay, if they're supposed to be a master teacher or supposed to be all-knowing or something and what have you, and they have the information, then no matter what it is, they should just give it to you. So if they don't, you should question why that is. Because it means there's probably a chain somewhere around their neck that that you aren't able to see. You know what I mean? A little something extra going on behind the curtains that you don't know about. So understand, this is not an easy journey at all. And it makes it even harder when you have people out there that are intentionally trying to keep information from you, that are intentionally trying to distract you, that are intentionally just trying to keep you entertained, that are intentionally destroying your spirit, keeping you focused on shit that doesn't even matter. Who the hell cares what the hell's going on with the government? Who the hell cares what these white folks are doing over here? Who cares about that? Okay, I understand there comes a point in time where, you do need to be aware regardless. But the fact of the matter is you don't keep dwelling on that. You don't keep dwelling on that same crap. You know what I'm saying? It gets you nowhere. If you keep dwelling upon that same thing, over and over and over and over, what are you going to gain from that? In terms of knowledge, what are you gaining from that? You're not gaining anything. And it just makes you have to ask the question, why me? Why us? Why is it that this information is being held from me or us as a group in general? What the hell is it about me or us that's so damn important that we aren't allowed to have this information? Could it be fear? Could it be jealousy? If I or we are so irrelevant to this world, like they claim, if our existence is so unworthy, we have no history and no knowledge whatsoever, then why is it that if we don't have this knowledge or this knowledge doesn't belong to us, then why do they try so hard to keep it from us? Does that make much sense? No, it does not. So, thing is, if you know who you are or what you are, if you know your history, you know where it is that your ancestry came from, if you have knowing, if you have knowledge, can't nobody mislead you. It's as simple as that. If you have real concrete knowledge or knowing, nobody can mislead you. And if they are giving it to you, then you go look for it. It's not that hard. If they won't give it to you, the hell with them. Go find it yourself. That's why I always say, don't take what I'm saying for granted. Go research it up for yourself. And everyone else that says that, I can probably tell you that they're actually trying to do some good for you. However, there are still some slick ones out there that can still pull that line and actually still be lying. Because thing is, nowadays, man, some of us are trying to move forward. We're trying to move forward. We're tired of the same old, redundant crap. Tired of the same old BS over and over and over. We're trying to move forward. That's the reason why we're on this damn journey, because an awakening is happening. A spiritual awakening. See, when you just start automatically awakening and you don't know why the hell you're doing it, it's because it's not a physical thing. Okay, it's happening within, and it's going from, it's happening within going out. So that's why it's important to know what's going on inside. It's important to know these things. It's important to know as above, so below, as within, so without. It's important to know all directions. And no matter how many obstacles are put in the way, okay? See, somebody of real status is going to come along and show them the real way. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. meaning there is nothing you can do about it. If it's destiny, then it will happen. Some of us are meant to constantly repeat the same grade until they are actually ready and to truly move on. And then there are some that are meant to move forward, but are all stuck up in their ego. You've been given the keys on how to alleviate that process. Now you must take that information and apply it. So I'm going to end this right here, and hopefully it goes through to some people's heads. Okay, 'cause we can't keep having people just falling for the same shit over and over. We can't keep having this. It's not doing a thing for us. So that's all for this one, guys. Peace out.